Hi, my name is Reannon, and I'm speaking for Life, the Basic Manual. And today I'm going to be talking about something called SEO, and that stands for Search Engine Optimization. And I'll explain in a little bit why that's important, but this topic is going to be discussing what SEO is and why your business needs it. I think SEO is particularly important for small businesses because it is, like social media, a way for a small business to compete with a larger brand that's perhaps more well known. So basically, when you are trying to do marketing with SEO, what you're trying to do is get your website for your business ranked in the top search results of Google or any other search engine. So search engines are Google, Bing, Yahoo. Those are the main ones. So obviously you want your business website to come up when somebody searches in Google, whatever your business name is. So I help out with SEO and social media for a Las Vegas Recovery Center. So obviously when somebody searches Las Vegas Recovery Center, we want to show up in the top search results for that. So obviously that's first and foremost your number one goal. But then after that, you want to also show up in search results for keywords, they're called, search queries, search terms that relate to whatever it is that your business does. So Las Vegas Recovery Center is a rehab facility. We offer alcohol and drug addiction and detox treatment. We also have a pain program. So a lot of the keywords that we try to focus on with our SEO is Las Vegas rehab, rehab in Las Vegas, drug detox Las Vegas. So when people search those terms in Google, our website comes up. So basically that sounds super simple, and unfortunately it's not. It is and it isn't. So the way you can get your website ranked in Google is there's three things you have to do. First, you have to do your keyword research. So that means you have to spend hours and hours, several days, weeks, months even, trying to figure out what are the terms that you want your website to show up in. So what are all the hundreds of different ways people can possibly find your website? And these are people that you want to find your website, your potential customers. Okay, so you don't want to rank for pink umbrellas Las Vegas if you don't sell pink umbrellas. So the idea is not just to show up as number one, but you want to show up as number one for terms that are likely to deliver the right people to your website that are going to buy your product or service. So you definitely have to spend time figuring out what those terms are, and what you can use is there's a lot of different software you can get. One of the ones that I like is free, and it's called the Google Keyword Planner tool. And it is a tool that Google offers where you can type in any phrase you want, and it'll tell you how many people are searching for that phrase and what the competition level is. So how many other websites are trying to also rank for that term. So this is a really helpful tool to use during your research phase. And so that's how you can figure out if people are searching for example, Las Vegas rehab versus rehab in Las Vegas. You know they might be searching that, but you're not sure about the exact phrasing or the word order. And that's where the Google Keyword Planner tool can come in handy. So I can't emphasize how important it is to take the time to properly do some keyword research, some search term research, because what you're going to then do is the second part of it, which is you're going to incorporate those terms into your website. So into the content that you create on your website, all the headers, the imagery, you're going to tag the imagery with those keywords. You're going to work those phrases into anything written on your website. You're going to do it. You don't want to overdo it because then you'll get penalized. Google will see that you're trying to game the system. But you just do it in a natural way. And everything I'm telling you right now is things that Google encourages you to do. So you're not cheating the system by any means by doing keyword research. I mean, Google gives you this free tool so that you can do it. But the thing is, you don't want to try to throw in like every single imaginable keyword in there, because then Google will be like, wait a second, and you could get in trouble. But so you just do it in a way that makes sense and it's natural. So that's the first thing, keyword research. And the second thing is links. You want to make sure your website has a lot of quality websites linking into it. So that means when somebody visits another website and they click on a link, it'll go to your website. This is how Google can tell how popular a business is. So obviously if you are, I don't know, Oreo cookies, you're going to have tons of people linking to your website because you're just famous, you're a celebrity. And so Google will probably rank your website for chocolate chip cookies, yummy treats, desserts, all sorts of different keywords. If you're Oreo, your website will show up number one. So what you want to do as a small business is you want to try to also get a lot of links. You want to tell Google, hey, I'm popular too. Look at all these people linking to me. And so the way you can do that is get in newspapers and magazines, get on other people's websites. You want to do this in a natural way by just, creating an awesome product that gets people talking. But you can also do it, from a PR standpoint. So you can reach out to different journalists and say, hey, I have this really cool startup, maybe you want to write an article about it. So there are some bad ways to do it, like buying the links and stuff like that. And Google is very sophisticated, and they can figure out if you've done that. So you want to do it in a natural way, in an organic way. But generally speaking, websites that have the right keywords and have lots of links will rank those that don't. So the third thing you want to do is to have fresh content. You want to make sure that your website is regularly updating with blog posts, articles, infographics, new photos on the website. Google has these little robots that comb all of the websites on the internet, and they do that, anywhere from every day to every week, every month, and they'll be checking to see if you are putting new content on your website, and it will rank your website more favorably if you are. So fresh content, as it's called, is the third way. So again, keyword research, links to your website, and fresh content. Those are the three ways that you can rank well in Google. Again, that sounds super simple, and it is. It's a very straightforward strategy. 3 things you have to do. It's hard because it's time consuming, and especially if it's free, so there is that. You're not spending tons of money on commercials or billboards, but it's costly, and then it's taking a lot of your time or somebody else that you're paying to do it. But there's no other way around it. It's kind of a long-term game. You're not going to rank number one overnight, especially if you're a new website. It'll take you about 6 months to a year to even get in the second page. So you kind of have to just be patient and little by little go with it. And if you do all those things that I said, you'll definitely get there. One final thing I wanted to mention is outsourcing. So a lot of companies, they will outsource their SEO to either an individual or an internet marketing company, which makes a lot of sense, because especially if you're a small business, you can't really afford to be hiring somebody full-time to do it. So I would just give some pointers on that one, because there are a lot of people that are maybe not the most honest and trustworthy people doing SEO, or maybe they are and they just don't really know what they're doing. So they could have every great intention, but they're just doing it wrong. So some tips I would give is of course, you'd want to see what work they've done, but just to keep in mind that people can kind of game the results a little bit. So they might show you like, hey, look, I got this pizza place to rank #1. Ask lots of questions, because, rank #1 for what was something you'd want to ask. Because, maybe they got it ranked for, pizza place in such and such neighborhood, and that neighborhood, it doesn't have a lot of search volume, or it's not super competitive. And if I'm a pizza place and I'm in Las Vegas, I want to rank #1 for pizza place Las Vegas, not pizza place on Charleston Street or something like that. So you just have to ask questions, because there's a lot of ways that SEO people can tell you what you want to hear. And then the final thing is that I would just recommend getting help getting started, because if you're new to this, it takes years to hone this skill, and you could learn on your own if you're interested, but if you're not, there's a lot of technicalities involved. So I would definitely have somebody help you get started. So help you come up with a strategy, help you incorporate your keywords into your website correctly. But then after they've gotten your website optimized, then I wouldn't necessarily keep them on, because I think a lot of the stuff that SEOs do after the initial optimization of a website, you can easily learn yourself. So, it's basically just creating content, creating blog posts, interesting, engaging things. And I don't necessarily think you need to pay thousands and thousands of dollars every month for that. But, maybe you do if it's not something that you have time for. But I think a lot of people fall into the trap of thinking that, that this SEO thing is just so complicated that they have to pay someone to do it. And it's initially maybe, but then it's not. It's just creating great content that people want to read and link to. And so anyways, I hope this has helped you, not confused you too much, but thank you for your time.